So we started this week talking about a couple that has perhaps the most powerful couple in wrestling. But now a couple that once was powerful looks to be falling by the wayside.
No, baby, that's for somebody else. We're just gonna keep you right where you at right now.
It doesn't matter what you think.
The Wrestling Realm presents Break It Down with Brian H.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this episode of Break It Down with Brian H. I'm your host, Brian H. Waters. Make sure you are following the Wrestling Realm on Twitter at Wrestling Realm and follow on Instagram. The Real Dwayne Allen just dropped another realness report. So I promise you will want to check that out right on our Instagram and our Facebook page. Facebook, you can find us at The Wrestling Realm. And make sure you follow me at Brian H. Waters. And whether you're here on iTunes, Podbean, YouTube, Google Play, Spotify, or Stitcher, make sure you are linked with us everywhere. Make sure you drop a 5-star rating. Now, let's get right into today's show. So like I told you, it's going to be a busy week this week. This is episode number 36, and best believe also coming up after this, we'll be recording a pre-show, or I should say a prediction show for WWE Super Show-Down. So, Lana, what happened in Milwaukee? That is the question that everybody will be asking for weeks to come. Hopefully it won't take too long to get this thing solved. So you may have been paying attention, which I think we've been seeing the seeds planted since before SummerSlam, where Lana had kind of been telling Rusev, like, look, Aiden English is, kind of holding you back. He's not good for you. And now it's starting to make sense if you believe what Aiden English is saying. He said he had a secret about what happened in Milwaukee. So they revealed a video where Aiden English has a cell phone video and he's getting himself hyped up for something. And all of a sudden, Lana comes in. And mind you, this is his hotel room. Lana comes into his hotel room and says, I have to say something. I have to say it out loud. I want you. Boom, video pause. So now, Rusev looks at her, and then she tried to explain to him it's more to it. She didn't get overly hysterical, didn't get so super defensive. So for that part of me was like, man, maybe you know what? Maybe we should believe her. Nonetheless, Rusev goes after Aiden English. Now, mind you, Aiden English said he can only show us so much because he's shopping this video to TMZ. So we know TMZ loves to pay for news. So I'm wondering what else happened. And that's the question. People on Twitter, everybody had something to say about it. But because on the Wrestling Realm, that's what we do. We involve the fans. Set out there and put out a quick poll. And, obviously the poll will probably have more responses right now. It's set. Now, mind you, I created at 9:07. This poll at the time of this taping, it is 11:04 p.m. Eastern time, so about 2 hours, almost 2 hours. And 56% say Lana is guilty. 44% says Lana is innocent. So I wanted you to know from you fans, is Lana guilty? Did something happen with her and Aiden English? Or is she innocent? And then what type of friend was Aiden English if something did happen? Let's talk about that. Rusev was supposed to be his guy. I mean, Rusev made his career relevant. So only time will tell. Let's move on. AJ Styles apologized. He could not be at Smackdown tonight because he had to be with his family before he traveled overseas to take on Samoa Joe this Saturday night at WWE Super Show-Down. So he said it was very important that he was there. And, he was very heartfelt. And I was kind of looking like maybe Samoa Joe would show up. He didn't. Maybe this is the attitude era. He probably would have. Or, but he didn't show up at his house. But it just goes to show you AJ Styles is on a different mindset. And I'm just wondering, can he hold the title? Will he be able to stay focused? Only time will tell. So let's move on to Daniel Bryan and Shelton Benjamin. What an incredible match. The Miz was at ringside doing color commentary. Miz is very entertaining. And then he just kept going on, and as Daniel Bryan started to go for the yes kicks, Miz got annoyed with it. He got involved. Well, he tried to. He got up on the ringside, and that's when Daniel Bryan, knocked him down. That would lead to Shelton Benjamin taking advantage of a distracted Daniel Bryan, getting a 1, 2, 3. So it was good to see Shelton Benjamin wrestle. Like I said, the two had an incredible match, but Miz cost Daniel Bryan the match. So I'm wondering what is going to happen at WWE Super Showdown. The winner will get a chance at the WWE Championship. And then, before we go to break, we got to talk about Ty Dillinger. You know what? Cliffhanger. I'll talk about more of that after the break.
Yo, this is 2 Chains of the Big Gold Belt Wrestling Podcast, and you are now listening to Break It Down with Brian H. Waters, brought to you by The Wrestling Round.
And I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. So, last week, if you listen, you heard me say that there was nothing that was a perfect 10 about Ty Dillinger. This week, he went to Paige and said, look, I want Randy Orton. And she explained to him, like, dude, you got to, you beat Shinsuke by disqualification, but you beat him. So he's like, no, I'll deal with him later. I want Randy Orton. Be careful what you ask for because you just may get it. So Randy Orton comes out there and Dillinger started off beating him down. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe we're going to see a new side of Ty Dillinger. Nope. Randy Orton got the upper hand and wouldn't let up. And my goodness, another squeamish act by Randy Orton. He took the padding, not off the turnbuckle, but the bar that holds the turnbuckle to the post. Took that off and stuck Ty Dillinger's fingers in between those, the bars. And it was like he was trying to break his fingers. And I'm like, my goodness, what in the world? We've never seen this Randy Orton. And in a couple of weeks, he's going to be at Smackdown 1000 as Evolution reunites. First time in years, and this is the first time they'll be on SmackDown. For those who do not know, Batista, Ric Flair, and Triple H, and Randy Orton. But this is a different Randy Orton from all of them. Sure, we've obviously seen mean streaks from Triple H, when he had the sledgehammer, he broke The Rock's arm. But I want to see, are they going to address this? What's going to happen? Is he going to try to call himself the Legend Killer, kill them all, and do something crazy and sadistic and make them lay in a puddle of their own blood? Only time will tell. So let's talk about the ladies. We're going to start with Carmella and R-Truth defeating Zelina Vega and Andrade Cien Almas. What a match. Anytime you get Zelina Vega and Carmella in the ring together, it seems like, it's been very entertaining as of late. Carmella picking up the win, and, her and R-Truth are hilarious. I definitely recommend everybody check them out. They're fun to watch. Carmella, she changed her hair, no longer blonde, she's a brunette. She's a good face, if she is a face. Maybe she could be that person who's just obnoxious. Nonetheless, she's entertaining, so I'm interested to see where they go with this. Then we also saw Asuka defeat Peyton Royce, which makes me wonder, okay, Asuka defeated Peyton Royce. I know she's defeated Billie Kay. Naomi has defeated them. What's going to happen at Super Showdown? I'll let you know my prediction show. And then last but not least, Becky Lynch closing the show out again. And she said she had a surprise for Charlotte Flair. And what was it? It was the poster, a new poster of Super Showdown. Because Becky said it's not about Triple H and Undertaker facing each other for the last time. It's about me taking on Charlotte Flair and beating her again. And Becky Lynch took the poster. And with the poster it was a picture of her putting her foot on top of Charlotte. And I just thought this was genius. Well put together. I tweeted hashtag WWE 2K20 because it looked like a video game poster, So before I wrap it up and just talk about some other news, one of the things I like over the course of the past day. If you do not know, the wrestler formerly known as Neville, Adrian Neville at one point, going back to his old name, I'm assuming, because that's what people called him on the internet, and that is Pac. He showed up at Dragon Gate last night. So he's back in the wrestling world. He looks he was already ripped, but he looks even more ripped than ever. So shout out to him. I want to see what happens. He'll probably end up in New Japan. Only time will tell. But I think he's going to be a big deal on the independent circuit. And you know what? Maybe he'll make his way back to the WWE. And then how about WWE with their new Wednesday night lineup? So right now you got 205 Live, then you have NXT, and then you have the Mae Young Classic. And I remember it was a time when me and my friends, shout out to my boy Brandon and Guy, we used to talk about what if they would give us wrestling every day. You know, and he had a great TV lineup on how, at the time, Smackdown was on Friday nights. You had TNA on Thursdays. I think he had mentioned, like, Superstars or maybe Main Event, moving one of them over or something. Or even talking about doing a Smackdown on a Tuesday live. Now you do. You got Raw on Monday, SmackDown on Tuesday, NXT 205 Live on Wednesday, Impact on Thursday, MLW on Friday, and then you have your local independents on Saturday and Sunday. And guess what? You got YouTube. So this is the time. I said it again. Oh, not to mention ROH on Sundays, Saturdays, depending on your location. So this is a great time to be a wrestler fan. Oh, yeah, New Japan. I don't have a channel, but you got New Japan on Fridays as well. So great time to be a wrestler fan, I tell you. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, we're on the road to Super Show-Down, so make sure you stay tuned to the Wrestling Realm social media pages, because we're going to have all the content that you need. Until the next time, I'm Brian H. Waters. So long, everybody.